The lawyer cleared his throat. To my son, Marcus Hayes, I leave my entire estate, all properties, investments, and cash assets totaling approximately $5 million. My brother smirked. Didn't even try to hide it. And to my daughter, Lily Hayes, I leave this envelope. He handed me a plain white envelope. That was it. My father had left me a piece of paper while my brother got everything. Marcus laughed. An envelope, that's perfect. That's all you deserve. But when I opened it and read what was inside, his face went pale. What does it say? Our mother demanded. I looked up at my brother, at his smug expression turning to confusion. It says that Dad knew. He knew everything. And the $5 million isn't a gift. It's a test. What that envelope revealed would destroy my brother's inheritance and expose the truth my father had been hiding for 20 years. Stay with me. Because this story is about discovering that sometimes the smallest gift is actually the biggest. Before we continue, if you've ever been underestimated or overlooked, hit that subscribe button right now. Your support means everything to me. And comment below, have you ever discovered that someone knew more than they let on? Let's talk about it. Now, back to my story. My name is Lily Hayes. I'm 32 years old, and 2 weeks ago, my father died of a heart attack at age 68. My father, Richard Hayes, was a successful real estate developer, self-made millionaire, built his company from nothing. He'd always been close to my older brother Marcus. They worked together, went to baseball games, had inside jokes. Me? I was the daughter, the one who didn't fit into their world of business deals and golf courses. I became a teacher, made $52,000 a year, lived in a small apartment, chose a different path. Marcus was the golden child, always had been. Took over Dad's business 5 years ago when Dad started to slow down. When Dad died, I wasn't surprised that Marcus would inherit most of the estate. That's how it had always been. Marcus got the attention, the opportunities, the love. The will reading was at Dad's lawyer's office. Mr. Peterson had been handling Dad's affairs for 30 years. Marcus showed up in an expensive suit, confident, already acting like the money was his. I wore a simple black dress. My teacher's salary didn't cover designer funeral wear. Our mother was there too. She'd divorced Dad 15 years ago, but was still listed as a beneficiary for some assets. Mr. Peterson opened the will. Richard Hayes, being of sound mind, he read through the standard legal language, then got to the important part. To my ex-wife, Carol Hayes, I leave the vacation home in Vermont and $500,000. Mom nodded, satisfied. To my son, Marcus Hayes, I leave my entire estate, all properties, investments, and cash assets totaling approximately $5 million. This includes the family business, Hayes Development. Marcus smiled. Thank you, Dad. I'll make you proud. However, Mr. Peterson continued, this inheritance is contingent upon Marcus meeting certain conditions outlined in a separate document. Marcus frowned. What conditions? We'll get to that. First, to my daughter, Lily Hayes, I leave this envelope. He handed me a plain white envelope, sealed. My name written in Dad's handwriting. That was it. No money, no property, just an envelope. Marcus laughed. An envelope. That's perfect. That's all you deserve. I felt my face burn with embarrassment and anger. Even in death, Dad had chosen Marcus over me. There's also a letter, Mr. Peterson said, to be read aloud to everyone present. He opened another envelope and began to read. If you're hearing this, I'm gone. Marcus, Lily, Carol, I want you to know that every decision I made in this will was deliberate, carefully considered, and there are things you don't know, things I discovered, things that will become clear. Marcus, your inheritance is contingent upon one condition. You must work with Lily for 1 year to audit the company's finances, every transaction from the past 5 years. If the audit reveals the company is in good standing, the inheritance is yours. If not— What do you mean, if not? Marcus interrupted. Mr. Peterson held up his hand. Let me finish. If not, the entire estate goes to Lily. She will decide what to do with it. The room went silent. That's insane, Marcus said. Why would I need an audit? The company is fine. Is it? Mr. Peterson asked calmly. Of course it is. I've been running it for 5 years. Then you have nothing to worry about. Marcus turned to me. This is your fault. You convinced Dad I was screwing up. I didn't say anything to Dad. I haven't talked to him about the business in years. Lily, Mr. Peterson said, you should open your envelope. My hands were shaking as I opened it. Inside was a letter, in Dad's handwriting. Dear Lily, I know this reading is going to be difficult for you. I know you think I never loved you as much as I loved Marcus, that I always chose him over you. You're right, I did. And I was wrong. For years, I didn't see what I had in you. A daughter who was kind, honest, hardworking, who chose teaching because she wanted to help people, not because it would make her rich. Marcus chose business because he wanted money and power, and I admired that because that's what I valued too. But 6 months ago, I discovered something that changed everything. Marcus has been stealing from the company, embezzling money, falsifying records. I have proof. It's in a safety deposit box at First National Bank. The key is taped to the bottom of this letter. I didn't confront him. I wanted to, but I decided to do something else instead. I changed my will, made his inheritance contingent upon an audit, because I knew that audit would reveal what he'd done. The $5 million he thinks he's inheriting, half of it is already gone, stolen by him over the past 5 years. The company is nearly bankrupt. When the audit reveals this, the entire estate comes to you. Not because I'm punishing Marcus, but because I trust you to do the right thing. You're the one who deserves it. You always were. I'm sorry it took me so long to see that. I'm sorry I spent your whole life making you feel less than. You're not less than. You're better than. Better than me. Better than Marcus. I love you, Lily. I always did. I just forgot to show it. Dad. Tears were streaming down my face by the time I finished reading. What does it say? Marcus demanded. I looked up at him, at his face full of arrogance and entitlement. It says that Dad knew. Knew what? About what you've been doing. About the money you've been stealing. His face went pale. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't you? Dad has proof. In a safety deposit box, financial records, bank statements, everything. Mr. Peterson leaned forward. Marcus, is this true? Have you been embezzling from Hayes Development? No, this is insane. Lily's making this up. I'm not making anything up. It's in Dad's letter. He knew Marcus. He knew everything. Show me the letter. I held it away from him. No, this letter is mine. But the proof is at the bank. And according to Dad's will, we're going to audit the company. And when we do, everyone will know what you've done. Marcus looked at Mr. Peterson. You can't do this. That money is mine. Dad left it to me. Contingent upon the audit, Mr. Peterson reminded him. If the audit reveals financial misconduct, the inheritance passes to Lily. This is a setup. Dad was senile. He didn't know what he was doing. Your father was examined by 2 doctors in the month before he died, Mr. Peterson said. Both confirmed he was of sound mind. The will is legitimate. Marcus stood up. I'm getting my own lawyer. This isn't over. He stormed out of the office. My mother looked at me. Is it true? Has Marcus been stealing? According to Dad, yes. Oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to do what Dad asked. Audit the company. Find the truth. The next day, I went to First National Bank, used the key taped to Dad's letter. The safety deposit box was full of documents, bank statements, financial records, transfers. I spent 3 hours going through everything, and what I found made me sick. Marcus had been embezzling for 5 years, small amounts at first, $10,000 here, $20,000 there, disguised as business expenses. But over time, the amounts got bigger, $50,000, $100,000. In the last year alone, he'd taken over $800,000. He'd been covering it up by falsifying records, creating fake projects, billing for work that was never done. Total amount stolen, $2.7 million. The company that was supposed to be worth $5 million was actually worth about $2.3 million. And it was struggling. Behind on contracts, losing clients. Marcus had destroyed what Dad spent his life building. I took copies of everything, met with Mr. Peterson. "This is bad," he said, reviewing the documents. "Very bad. This is criminal fraud, embezzlement. Marcus could go to prison." "What do I do?" "That's up to you. You can report him to the police, or you can offer him a deal. Let him walk away if he cooperates with the transfer of assets." "What would Dad want?" "Your father left this decision to you. He trusted you to make the right choice." I thought about it, about Marcus, about our childhood, about how Dad had always chosen him. And I realized Dad had given me more than just an envelope. He'd given me power, control, the ability to decide Marcus's fate. I need to talk to Marcus, alone. I met Marcus at a coffee shop, neutral territory. He arrived late, looking angry. "What do you want?" "To give you a choice." "I don't need choices from you." "Yeah, you do, because I have all the evidence, every bank statement, every falsified record, every penny you stole." He sat down slowly. Dad really had proof. He wasn't senile, Marcus. He was dying, and he wanted to make sure you couldn't destroy his legacy. "I wasn't destroying anything. You stole $2.7 million. You lied to Dad. You lied to everyone. You almost bankrupted the company." Marcus looked down. For the first time, he looked small, defeated. "What do you want?" "I want to know why. Why did you do it?" He was quiet for a long time. Then, "Because I was never good enough." "What?" "Dad's shadow, his legacy, his expectations. I could never live up to them. So I took shortcuts, used company money to fund my lifestyle, to look successful, to feel successful." "You had everything. Dad gave you everything." "He gave me expectations, pressure, the constant fear of disappointing him. Do you know what that's like?" "Do I know what it's like to disappoint Dad?" "Yeah, Marcus. I disappointed him just by existing, by not being you." "You don't understand." "No, you don't understand. I spent my whole life watching Dad choose you, praise you, celebrate you, while I was invisible, and even that wasn't enough for you. You had to steal too." "I'm sorry. I don't want your apology. I want to know, are you going to fight me on this, or are you going to cooperate?" "What's the deal?" "You sign over all claims to the inheritance. You resign from the company. You agree to pay back what you can on a payment plan. In exchange, I don't press charges. And if I refuse? I go to the police. You go to prison. The company collapses. Everyone loses." "That's not much of a choice." "It's more than you deserve." Marcus was quiet. Then, "Fine. I'll sign whatever you need. One more thing. You tell Mom what you did, and you apologize to Dad's memory, publicly." "Publicly?" "You're going to admit what you did. Take responsibility. Clear Dad's name so people don't think he left a failing company. Everyone will know I'm a thief." "Yes, that's the point. Actions have consequences, Marcus. You've been avoiding them your whole life. Not anymore." Over the next month, everything changed. Marcus signed the papers, transferred all claims to me, resigned from Hayes Development. He posted a statement online admitting he'd embezzled funds, apologizing to Dad, taking full responsibility. The post went viral. Business contacts, friends, colleagues, everyone saw it. Marcus's reputation was destroyed. His friends stopped calling. His girlfriend left him. He had to move back in with Mom. Meanwhile, I inherited everything. The company, the properties, all of it. The company was struggling, but salvageable. I hired a proper management team, cleaned up the finances, started rebuilding. I didn't keep it all for myself. I sold some assets, paid off debts, set up scholarships in Dad's name for kids who wanted to go into teaching. I kept enough to be comfortable, to never worry about money, but I didn't need millions. I never wanted the money. I wanted Dad to see me, to value me. And in the end, he did. Through that envelope, through his letter. He'd given Marcus what Marcus valued, money, but with conditions that would expose what Marcus really was. He'd given me what I valued, truth, love, acknowledgement. and the power to decide what came next. 6 months after the will reading, I visited Dad's grave. "I hope I made you proud," I said. "I didn't press charges against Marcus. I gave him a chance to make things right. I'm trying to save your company, and I'm using part of the inheritance to do what you spent your life doing, building things." I placed flowers on his headstone. "I forgive you for all the years you didn't see me, because in the end, you did see me, and you trusted me. That means more than all the money in the world." It's been a year since Dad died, a year since that will reading. Marcus is working as a sales associate at a retail store, making $35,000 a year, living with Mom, paying me back $500 a month from his salary. At this rate, it'll take him 20 years to repay what he stole. He'll be in his 50s. But he's doing it, showing up, taking responsibility. We don't talk much, but we're civil. He's my brother. And despite everything, I don't hate him. I pity him. He spent his whole life with everything handed to him and still wasn't happy, still needed more. Me? I was happy with my $52,000 teaching salary, happy in my small apartment, happy with a life built on honest work. Now I have money, more than I'll ever need. But my life hasn't changed that much. I still teach, can't imagine not teaching. But now I don't worry about rent, about bills, about whether I can afford new classroom supplies. I use the money to help, set up a foundation, fund programs for underprivileged kids, support teachers in low-income schools. The company is recovering. Under new management, it's starting to profit again. I'm not involved in day-to-day operations, but I oversee the direction, make sure it honors Dad's legacy. Last week, my mother asked me to have dinner. "I'm sorry," she said over wine. "For all the years I chose Marcus over you too." "You did, didn't you?" "He was my first baby, my son, and he struggled so much with Dad's expectations. I wanted to protect him. And I didn't need protection? I thought you were strong, self-sufficient. I thought you were fine. I wasn't always fine, Mom. I just pretended to be because nobody was looking anyway. I'm looking now, and I see you, really see you. You're extraordinary, Lily. You always were. Thank you. Your father saw it too, at the end. That's why he left you the envelope. He knew you'd do the right thing. He trusted you in a way he never trusted Marcus." "The money would have corrupted me too," I said. "If he'd just handed me millions, I might have become someone different, someone worse. So he gave you the choice instead, the power. He gave me the responsibility. That's what I inherited, not money, responsibility. And you handled it perfectly. I handled it the way Dad knew I would, with integrity. That's what that envelope really contained, his belief in me." I'm Lily Hayes. At my father's will reading, my brother got $5 million while I got an envelope. Everyone thought I'd been screwed, passed over, given nothing while Marcus got everything. But that envelope changed everything. It contained proof of my brother's crimes, evidence of embezzlement, and my father's final words to me, that he loved me, saw me, trusted me. The money eventually became mine anyway, because the inheritance wasn't about who got what, it was about who deserved it. Marcus got what he valued, money, but with conditions that exposed his true character. I got what I valued, truth, love, and the power to choose what happened next. If I'd received the $5 million outright, I would have been rich, but the envelope made me powerful. Because power isn't about money, it's about choices. It's about being trusted to make the right decision even when it's hard. My father didn't leave me money. He left me something better, proof that he believed in me. And sometimes, belief is worth more than any inheritance. The smallest gift, an envelope, turned out to be the biggest gift of all, not because of what was inside, but because of what it represented. A father finally seeing his daughter, finally choosing her, finally trusting her. That's an inheritance money can't buy. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support truly means the world to me. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I love reading every single one of them. Each comment inspires me to keep creating stories for you. See you next time.